But yeah, so I think we're ready to get started, and I'll try to explain the things as we go through, but just be looking for me being a bad fireman, and look at Danny's antics.
Sure.
So
Surely you mean a good fireman, sir.
we'll see about that. All right,
Okay, well,
3.
at least put out one fire.
I'll put out a few, just not all of them. Anyways, 3,
All right.
2, 1, go. There's a story. We're not going to worry about that right now, though. Alright, so we play Pete and, well, to a lesser extent, Danny. Danny is our ever-so-helpful helper. We are incapable of opening doors, and we require his assistance for every door that needs to be opened, which is basically every room in the game. So look forward to that. The rest of this is me ignoring all the fires, just running straight through everything, and really just having a fun time. The problem is, a lot of the times, like, I need to manipulate Danny, because he wants to go and put out all the fires, but we got better things to do. Oh dear.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. One thing Danny is good for, though, other than opening doors, is kicking crap and killing robots. For whatever reason, anytime Danny fights a robot, he wins epically. It's just a one-hit kill. He's not so lucky on the rest of the fires, but, you know, he'll do his best to help us out.
As well he should.
Yeah. One of the major aspects to speedrunning this game, other than just ignoring fire, is figuring out the right places to damage boost through the fire. Just because there are plenty of instances where, like, you have your choice between getting hit by a really big-ass fire or a rather small one, and almost universally you want to get hit by the small one so that you can run right through the rest of the crap. So that's what I'm going to be doing from here, is choosing just the right fires to damage boost off of. Alright, and that's right, now we in boss time.
How do fires have bosses?
Don't worry about it. They try very hard. Oh, that's a 31.
Sorry.
Yep. We picked up something that's very dangerous, some explosive material called MDL that they just happen to be keeping in the basement. So we're going to carry that around with us because we are smart people. But in the meantime, the fire's getting serious. Wow, that was not a good room.
It wasn't serious before when it had a boss.
No. There's plenty more where that came from. Something to note here, though. I am currently going to be playing through in what I call the Deathless category. And Deathless is important because, well, for right now at least, it's a safer category. Normally it'd be much more difficult than, say, the regular any percent. The reason that Deathless matters at all is that you actually gain some pretty good things out of any time that you die. Specifically, you get a water bomb back, and you get a full health refill and an extended amount of invincibility time. There we go. So, I'm going to not be using those, but at least as far as the marathon setting goes, it means that, hey, if I do happen to die, well, it's not the end of the world. I'm still going to follow the Deathless route. The issue with the any percent is if I die, say, in a bad spot, then kind of I'm screwed, and I gotta figure something out. Okay. Something else about this game that you might not get just from watching it is that all of these rooms are extremely random. Like, there are flames that pop up in set spaces, but the rules that govern which flames spawn and how, put out the robot, Danny, thank you, are really complex, and it's kind of the luck of the draw when you get in to determine what path you have to take, because there's always something that, like, you generally want to do. Whether you can do it or not is up to whatever else is on the screen. I'm actually going to take this scene a little slower, just because I am running low on HP from where I'd want to be, so I'm going to try and conserve that for the next room. And sadly, this area is one of the best that benefits from the longer invincibility timer from a death, just because I can basically round that entire circle under that timer. Okay. And now we got exploding barrels. Ah, crap. Well, we might have a death. I'm gonna try my best to not, but... Got it. Whew.
Nicely done.
Luckily, the health is a little sparing, so it doesn't matter how much you have until like it gets to the very end. When it'll always give you at least 1 HP to kind of like try and recover from. So that's at least mildly generous. But that was stage 2. We've got 4 more to go. And this is where we start to see some of the more creative flames come about. I mean, if you're having fun with all the rest of the robots, it only gets better.
Oh, man.
But,
look, Omni, we can celebrate when we put this baby out, alright?
I've been trying to mash through the text kind of as fast as possible, and one of the unusual things is to mash through text, you have to mash on select. But, just because this is the American prototype, there are some fairly humorous things, so keep your eye out and you might get some nice, well, pieces of terrible script. Another thing to keep in mind is that you do move at different rates depending on what water you're using. So you move a lot slower if you're using the groundwater, but you can hit multiple flames with that. With the normal spray, you can only hit 1 flame at a time, so they each tend to have their uses. They do the same amount of damage, so that so long as I'm actually damaging something, but it's not guaranteed that I'll be able to actually get through with that. Okay. Another thing that's different just about the Deathless... Something else that's different about the Deathless category. Don't worry about that. Everything catches fire, and that's why the fire makes the robots go nuts, because too damn hot. There we go.
Yeah. Just we lubricate everything with napalm. It seemed like a great idea at the time.
Yep. So the one fellow who keeps coming on is supposed to be the building's architect, and we thought it would be a great idea to call him up and just berate him about how terrible all of his fire safety stuff is. And a couple of times he's just like, Psh, you don't know art, and laughs at us as we kind of risk our lives here.
Being a jerk to the guy who's that building is on fire.
Yep.
Good use.
Alright, this boss has multiple phases, and they all suck. You kind of have to play it by ear. Okay. Got him. Okay. So, a lot about the boss battles is using the water bombs judiciously, because they do some ridiculous amount of damage. All damage in this game is calculated per frame, so water bombs just have an active frames, well, they do something like 3 or 4 damage a frame for like 100 frames. So that's a healthy amount of damage. Both of your sprays do 1, as a reference. But yeah, if this were any percent with deaths, this would be the second stage. I'm sorry, no. We'd still want to avoid deaths here. Normally we would have a death in stage 2, stage 5, and stage 6, because they all suck for various reasons. And the rest of this is just hoping that I can pull Danny away from trying to do his job for a little bit. Oh, god dang it.
Damn it, Danny, quit putting out those fires.
Yeah, his real and only job is just opening doors for me, so he sure as hell better do that whenever I need him to. And that's part of the challenge in running this game, is just making sure that you can get Danny to do the things that you want him to do.
Look, when you're speed firemanning, you need to pay attention, Danny.
Danny, please. Oh, god dang it. Okay. Normally, so to make up for a lot of the damage boosts that I do in this category, I'd go out of my way and pick up, rescue people. That gives me some small amount of HP back and makes it a little more safe to proceed through the rest of the stages. Just because, again, this is more marathon conditions, I'm going to go out of my way to rescue. Actually, no, I'm going to risk it. Yeah, let's do ballsy strats here. Normally, I would just continue on this way. There's a fellow who's behind one of those doors who I can kind of keep up with, and he'll restore my HP just a little bit. But I should have enough to be pretty confident in the boss. And again, like, I have to react to the spawns as they give them to me. There's a lot of different things that can come from... Okay. The boss strategies are a huge part of, well, being able to do this game well, because each boss is very different, but each boss also... Please, please, please! No, I didn't get the 2-cycle. Each boss requires at least a few water bombs, and making sure that I pick up enough in this stage is not trivial.
I imagine that's supposed to be some sort of backdraft passing over your head.
Yeah, it's these heat waves. That's the first time they appear, and you'll get to see a lot more of them before we're done. Oh, by the way, remember that highly explosive MDL capsule we picked up? Danny just dropped it down the tube.
Sure.
So now...
Damn it, Danny!
Now we can't... So the entire plan of us continuing to go through here is that we're trying to take the MDL so we can blow up a water tank on top of the building, which would hopefully put out all the fires. Now we can't do that, so we need to come up with something else, and the big plan instead is to start building up a backdraft on the top area and use that to blow it up instead. But the game has plenty of other plans for us. Oh dear.
How is it your main character is incapable of pushing a button to open
He's got a big hose in his hand. Danny has a one-handed axe.
That's what... No. Danny, stop being a hero. Come on.
Yeah. So, if you were watching me way back when I was doing attempts for this game, I would actually always call Danny Kevin for no good reason at all. I just felt more comfortable calling him Kevin. So you hear lots of expletives aimed at Kevin because he's doing stupid crap again.
Roger that. Maybe Kevin's his middle name.
Yeah. I have no idea what kind of building this is either, but they've got just about everything in it. We've gone from, like, office building, studio, there was a restaurant earlier, all sorts of crap.
There's got to be about 17 towers to this thing.
Yeah. This next room, though, is the one that I call Hell, just because it's a really big room, and there's so much that's going on with it that you really have to try and... Going fast is kind of the only way to go here, because if you fight each fire one by one, you will get every single spawn to show up.
Great commentary from the architect there, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
The fire is rampant. No shit.
Yeah, the prototype, the script is definitely the reason that this is still a prototype and not a full legit thing. Oh no. Those big fires I want to try and avoid however possible. They do 8 damage, whereas most of these other ones will do 4. And they also do a heavy knockdown, which, as you can imagine, is much worse. How did I get an extra water bomb? Well, yeah, I guess we're going forward. It doesn't matter. So super water is something that I haven't discussed because it doesn't really come into play until the end of the game. I'm going to take this a little slow, actually. Maybe we can even keep super water. Super water does 1.5 times the normal damage. Nope, I got hit. Whichever. You can only get it if you have 3 water bombs and pick up a 4th.
And it goes away when you take a hit.
Yeah, and you lose it anytime you take a hit, so not very good for a game where we want to be constantly damage boosting.
Chat as amused as I am.
Oh man.
Yeah. Chat is as amused as I am with the concept of super water.
Oh, super water is the best. But yeah,
Ooh.
our whole plan... Press 7, says Weller. Ah, that one. Good job, Danny. You can find 7. I like that they leave all the names in all caps, too.
Yes. Daddy!
So it's really funny that the script for this prototype is so bad because, like I said, they did release this in Europe, including an English version for England. And, yeah, that one's perfectly fine. It is not a pile of crap. It needs a few more things beyond typos.
I've seen several misspellings of the word that.
Oh, there you'll see there, you'll
Like,
see
that
wheel.
has been spelled tot like 18 times.
Oh, absolutely. There's a fantastic one towards the end too, but I'm not going to spoil that for you.
I will be glad to see it when you point it out.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm already out of the building, but I don't know where Max is.
Yeah. So this is stage 6. This is the final stage, and it's kind of they throw everything at you, including a couple new enemies, but you get to see all of the old ones. In addition to a couple of kind of unique rooms that really suck. Danny, open the door. Open the door, Danny. Stop. What are you doing? Okay. Anytime that you open a door and there's a backdraft explosion, it kills all the current flames on screen. So I want him to do that to clear out the way for me when possible. Oh gosh. These flying robots are terrifying. Okay, Danny? Danny. I'm gonna need you over here, Danny.
Danny, stop being a hero, damn it.
Step to it. There you go. Just run through the wall like I knew you could. And that's another issue with running this game is that if all does not go well, actually, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go and rescue this guy and wind up with full HP. Do your job, Danny. Okay.
Man, a room miraculously devoid of fire as well.
Yeah, the stairways were kind of like that, but it's also like 99% marble, so a little hard to catch fire.
Look, you just showed me a room with robot arms on fire.
Hey, don't question it.
Not too long ago.
I know the physics.
Right.
I know the science of this game. This is
All
how
right.
it goes. Alright. Oh yeah, our dispatch assistant person there, her name is Winona. She is fantastic. Just because her name is Winona. I should also mention that there is a Fireman 2 released for PlayStation, and you can get it on PSN. For whatever reason, they decided to bring it to the US. Okay. It's still in its Japanese form, though, so you have to live through the... there's actually no text in it. It's all voiced, so if you can understand voice Japanese to any extent, give it a try. Otherwise, it's still relatively fun. It just doesn't quite have the charm of its first iteration. Okay, we got through the sploders, and now we got some super water as we head into the final boss. So long as I do not go too fast here.
What? This
Okay.
is speedrun, sir.
Too bad. And
I'm surprised at chat that it took them that long to come up with an "Oh, Danny Boy" joke. The fires are calling.
there we go. And that's the last boss.
Nice.
I got the special pose in the middle too with all the flames around me.
You just look
But
like
we
you're doing
ain't
a
done
pyrotechnics
yet.
Display at a rock concert.
Oh yeah. Remember that backdraft? Well, we still
It's
gotta
cut
break
in the
some
track.
windows. There it goes. And that's time. So that's 1927. Yeah, this was a deathless run. So this is, well, as intended. But yeah, the backup strat again would be just if I take a death, I still follow the deathless route and toss away whatever water bomb it gives me. But for marathon safety, that's what I went with. Pete, Danny, do you hear me? Spelled wrong. I can hear you fine. Also spelled wrong. You're all right. Spelled wrong.
Pete dot.
They did real good with this one.
Yeah.
Real good.
What about my all right, lady?
But since I didn't get hit at the end, I still keep my super water animation, so I am fuming through the entire ending sequence, and it is great. The blaze is under control.
Ooh, I thought I was done for.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the Fireman. It's a lot of fun. Give it a try sometime. Maybe not this version, but any one of them. I believe that the script is the only thing that's actually different about this. Like, there's no extra bugs or anything like that. It's just a really bad script to go along with. I'll need your help. So this is the final, like, learn from our mistakes here. The architect is...
Rude. Commendations, I want a raise.
Yeah. He wants a vacation, too. It's something that he set up earlier. We can start by reviewing what went wrong today. Pete! Snow.
What went wrong?
It's Christmas Man! Oh boy, it's Christmas Man. I await the visit from Christmas Man.
I love